Grootrivierhoogte forms part of the exceptionally beautiful route through the southern Cederberg, connecting farms like Kromrivier, Rivier, Nuwerus and Mount Cedar with the plateau of the Bokkeveld. The road is made up of two major passes, the other one being the Blinkberg Pass. Both offer stunning mountain scenery in crisp mountain air. The passes can be seriously steep in some places, which do get as steep as 1 in 5. The northern start at the low-level bridge over the Brandkraal River at Nuwerus is sometimes flooded in winter, as is the previous crossing at Rivier. In such circumstances, these should not be crossed except if you have sound 4x4 driving skills. At both these river crossings there are depth boards, which makes it easy to know whether your vehicle will make it across or not, providing of course that you know what your vehicle's safe grading is. If the water is deeper than 300 millimeters and flowing strongly, which it usually is, rather take the detour via Kromrivier. We filmed this pass from north to south. The pass begins at a Y junction shortly after crossing the Brandkraal River. The left-hand option is a dead end and ends at the Nuwerus guest farm about 2 kilometers away. The climb towards the summit is fairly gentle at first, with easy gradients and gentle bends, but as distance is gained into the south, the gradients get ever steeper until they reach 1 in 5 over the last 1.5 kilometers near the summit. In smaller engine vehicles, it might be necessary to gear down to first gear to avoid a stall. The views are quite lovely, with the road rising up a long kloof with a small unseen stream on the right. There's an old ruin fairly close to the start on the right hand side, which makes for a good photographic subject when the light is just right. During springtime, that is in August and September, the entire kloof is smothered in purple flowers. Along the northern ascent of the pass, you'll see a single building on the western side of the road. This is the Vogelfontein water bottling plant, which supplies high-quality water to a famous bottled water brand in South Africa. The Cederberg is renowned for its water purity, where almost all of the streams and rivers have perfectly potable water with zero sediment. This is also the reason for the cobalt blue color of the Clan William Dam, which is fed by several rivers via the Cederberg, the main artery being the Olifants River. Grootrivierhoogte is one of the steepest along this route, and light front-wheel drive cars will struggle on the final section near the summit in wet conditions. But for the vast majority of the year, this pass is doable in any vehicle. The ascent gets very steep near the summit, and after having completed the 400-meter climb, the road widens at the summit point, which occurs at 995 meters, where there's a cattle grid and ample space to park and enjoy the achingly beautiful vistas both to the north and south. A minor two-spur track leads up the mountain on the right into the west, which eventually terminates at the top of the ridge known as Hondverbrand. Note that no 4x4s are allowed up this track, it is for hikers only. Next up is the descent. As the first 2 kilometers of the descent is extremely steep, it's best to descend the pass in second or even first gear and run against engine compression to save on the overuse of the foot brake. In the distance, the olive groves of the Mount Cedar farm can be clearly seen. It's best to keep your speed below 40 km per hour, as there are several extremely sharp corners on the descent, and a couple of them do have negative banking. The busiest days of the week are Fridays and Sundays, when all the Cederberg fans arrive and depart. The kloof on the right is marked on the official government maps as Varkkloof, which translates into Pig's Ravine, and some references also name the entire pass as the Varkkloof Pass. At this point, the first of Mount Cedar's olive groves make an appearance, and the main processing shed is visible further down the valley to the left. Dust is a huge problem for the farmers along this road, and damage to the olives and citrus crops. In an effort to support our farmers, we encourage all road users to slow right down when passing through orchards like this one, in an effort to reduce the dust levels. Hugely popular with the adventure set and those interested in hiking, camping and wildflowers, including the touring biker fraternity, the Cederberg wilderness seems almost endless, covering some 175,000 hectares of rugged mountainous terrain. After the 9-kilometer mark, the gradients gradually start easing off, as do the frequency of the bends, with the final few kilometers being a fairly straightforward descent down to the Grootrivierhoogte crossing. As you approach the first of the olive groves, two small cottages appear on the right about 300 meters from the road. These are guest cottages on the Mount Cedar farm and are available to rent. The low-level bridge over the Grootrivierhoogte marks the end of the pass at the 10.7 kilometer mark at an altitude of 486 meters. This bridge is also subject to occasional flooding. The bridge clears two separate streams of the river, with the main flow being the closer one. The bridge is single width, except for a small section over the central island section, which is wide enough to allow passing.